Hey, my name is Chris, and I'm an ex-evangelical Christian and worship leader. And I just wanted to share my view on the year to come, on the year 2025. So, as you may know, there was recently an election, and there was recently kind of this deal where people after the election are upset with the outcome. So one side decides to not talk to the other side. Now, I'm a gay man. I live in Las Vegas. I work in public health. My job is literally to help the poor and heal the sick. That is my job. So, as you might know or might be able to guess, I voted for Kamala. I voted for poor people. I voted for tax breaks for the poor, and the earned income credit for kids, healthcare, expanded healthcare with not cutting pre-existing conditions. That's what I voted for. That's not what we're going to get, and I'm not okay with that. But I'm content with this is the thing that's going to happen, and I have to deal with it. Now, there's this thing where a lot of Democrats were going to cut out the people in their lives who voted for Donald Trump. Now, I totally support that decision. I was like a hair away from doing that myself because I have many friends. I used to be very, very conservative. I used to be a in the closet evangelical Christian, and I was really right wing when I was a young person. But now as an older person working in public health, I see that social programs are important in the community, and these social programs help people who are literally poor and sick and dying. So guess what? I'm going to vote in the way that legislators will provide social programs for the benefit of the poor and the sick. I'm all for that, okay? Again, you can get my reasonings why I wanted to vote for Kamala and why I wanted her to be the president. Now, also as a gay man, I believe in civil rights. I believe that gay men or any gay people should have the same rights as everybody else does in the United States. I care about that. I care about representation. I care about everybody being given the same amount of accessibility in our society. I'm weird like that. It's just how it goes. So I had sat and thought about, hey, should I really cut off my friends who voted for Donald Trump? Or should I just let it go and understand that all human beings make our choices with the information that we have, and we're all trying our very best. Now, that's the conclusion that I came down with. So in the year to come, I'm scared that all of these social assistance programs are going to be cut. And my understanding with Project 2025 and Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy, that they want to cut a lot of public spending in programs that benefit the poor and benefit the sick. That's gonna break my heart because there's a lot of programs that help out the poor and the sick, and it's literally my job to hook up people who are poor and sick with those beneficial programs. Also, I work in the realm of sexual health and HIV. Vivek Ramaswamy and Elon Musk, it's a plan of theirs to cut spending for HIV programs and preventative programs, which might take away my job, okay? So keep in mind, this isn't solely about me. This isn't solely about what may happen to me in the future and next year in 2025. I just may lose my job. My program that I do for public health might be defunded. Is it gonna break my heart? Yeah, it's not just gonna break my heart because I have to go look for new work. Honestly, I'll just sit on unemployment for a couple of months and then get me another job in private healthcare, which is gonna break my heart. I don't wanna work in private healthcare. I want to work in public healthcare. I want to provide services for people who need them, who can't afford them. Now, that being said, my Republican friends, I'm giving them some space. I'm giving them grace because, again, I believe that all human beings make the choices, the best choices they possibly can with the information that they're given. A lot of my friends who are right-wing, that are Republican, are struggling. They're struggling each and every day. They're living paycheck to paycheck, and they're hurting. So when their candidate promised to give them cheaper groceries and cheaper gas and to replace Obamacare, I think that they totally believed that, and they were hoping that was gonna happen. Now, there's this one movement on TikTok called FAFO, and it's the whole idea that the people who voted for the GOP will see, as soon as Donald Trump gets into office, that all of his campaign promises are going to affect them in a negative way as well, as in they will lose social services in their states. And ironically, red states in the United States, they are dependent upon social services for their people to survive each and every day. It's proven that states like Arkansas, Kentucky, everything in the Bible Belt, those red states are some of the poorest states in the United States, and so many people there are relying on social assistance just to survive, whether it be food assistance, whether it be the earned income credit, whether it be Obamacare or the ACA. There are people who are fighting to stay alive each and every day, and those social assistance programs help them. Now, keep in mind, I want those people, whether you're Republican or Democrat, to have that social assistance so you can make it through, okay? Again, that's why I voted the way I voted. So recently, one of my newly born-again Christian friends on Christmas Eve, unfriended me and basically kind of kicked me out of their life because, I don't know, I'm no longer a religious believer, and I voted for Kamala Harris. Now, keep in mind, I'm giving her a pass because, I'm just gonna say this, her journey into becoming a born-again Christian is really, really recent. This girl calls herself a baby born-again Christian. She's going to church, she's listening to sermons, she just started to do daycare, offer free daycare at her church. And she doesn't seem to understand that I've been there. I've been in the place where she's been. The whole fact that she calls herself a baby Christian is most likely because her new friends at church are calling her a baby Christian, and I don't think she realizes that it's kind of a derogatory, backhanded compliment. The whole idea that, hey, you are welcome here, you're one of us, you are one of the new Christians, but you're a baby Christian. You don't know anything about Christianity. You're new here, so we're going to diminish who you are by calling you a baby Christian, and everything you know, you thought you knew, that you learned before you came into this church, throw that out with the bathwater. You're a baby. So it's really dismissive and diminutive. But the thing is, the girl, she loves Jesus. She loves who she is, what's happening. Also, she's giving them free labor. She's started to become a daycare teacher, and I've been there as well. When I was a baby Christian, I was a janitor. I started cleaning the church in my spare time. I started teaching Sunday school in my spare time. I became a worship leader. I joined the worship team, and I gave my music to entertain and bring people into the throne room of God. So I'm no stranger to being an evangelical Christian and to give my services to my church and to my fellow Christians, right? So I don't think she understands that I've been there. What she's going through, I've been there. And honestly, the young lady, she recently had a loss in her life, like her brother passed away. And I'm just going to go out and guess that she was in mourning, and maybe Christians came to her door and fed her the story of the afterlife, and that you can go to heaven and see the people you love again in the afterlife, and we're all going to be happy in heaven because Jesus this and Jesus that. So I would only assume they found her in a vulnerable state, told her that she could see her loved one again in the afterlife, and then but after that she was hooked. She wants to see her loved one again in the afterlife. I don't want to take that away from her. If she's found comfort and joy and all of the sadness and the hurt that she was going through during her mourning period, she's totally free to embrace that and gather strength in her religion, and I support that. I would never take that away from her. But in my personal experience, Christians aren't as happy and as accepting when you get longer and longer into the religion. I've learned that as soon as they got you, as soon as you've been hooked, they tend to take over little things in your life. They tend to tell you, don't hang out with those secular people. They're going to mess up your walk with God. Or I've learned that evangelical Christians will demonize different religions and different faiths and different lifestyles and tell you that if you hang out with those people, you will lose your faith, and those people are of the devil. Now, I've learned that those of the devil people are really nice, really sweet people. They just don't believe in what you believe. It's not their fault. Honestly, they have their reasons. Whether they were not raised in Christianity, whether they were raised in Christianity, and they later had doubts, or they had doubts the entire time. Those people who don't believe in your faith, they're allowed to not believe in your faith. And forcing them to believe it, or alienating or demonizing them or dehumanizing them because they are not of your faith, maybe isn't the best way to live your life and to make your decision making. Now, the psychology of being in a cult is the idea of being in a kind of abusive relationship, because if you're in an abusive relationship, the abuser will immediately try to take you away from all outside influences that would tell you to, hey, honey, this is not good for you. You need to get out of this. They want to take you away from that influence because they're of the devil and they're demons. And I've seen over and over again for decades that evangelicals thrive demonizing people who are not like them. Why? Control. That's all. They can't stand that there's people who don't want to live that lifestyle. And they'll threaten you with the idea of you're going to hell. They'll threaten you with the idea that you're not human, or that you're serving some kind of demonic kingdom, some invisible demonic kingdom. That's another thing. In that world, in the world of evangelical Christianity, there's a lot of unseen, invisible things that are constantly in your life trying to mess up your life. I can't, in my life now, be worried about invisible creatures screwing up my life. I honestly have to do the best I possibly can every day with the tools I have to make the best decisions I can possibly make. And believing in invisible creatures influencing my life, it's not helping me. It's just gonna make you paranoid, or make me paranoid. I've learned that all I can do is make the best decisions I possibly can with the knowledge I have. So, when she defriended me on Facebook, she sent me some little, you're evicted out of my life, I don't know, jingle or some video. And immediately I was like, okay, I'm evicted out of your life. I messaged her. By the way, this is on Christmas Eve. This was last night. I'm like, okay, you were at my wedding. I was at your wedding. Did I say something? Did I do something? What did I do to earn this eviction out of your life. And immediately she says, you know what you did. And the fucking thing is, and by the way, straight ladies out there, a little advice from a gay man. When men fuck up in your life and they piss you off, we have no fucking clue what we did, okay? Human beings, like men, we're not fucking telepathic. You need to tell us what the fuck we did, okay? Because it's a man's nature. If something is broken, if something needs to get fixed, we're gonna grab our tool belt and fucking fix it. We have no idea what we did. When you're angry at your husband or your boyfriend and you stop talking to him and you expect him to know what the fuck he did, he has no fucking clue what he did. He has no clue. Honestly, me and my husband, every now and then we'll argue, but guess what? We fucking scream at each other. This is what you did. You fucked up, and this is why I'm mad at you. Believe it or not, just a little advice to my straight ladies out there. Men will totally respect that. If you fucking scream at him, tell him what the fuck he did. And then guess what? He's gonna go get his tool belt and he's gonna try to fucking fix it. Because guess what? If your man loves you, he's your partner. He's your teammate. He wants you to be happy. And if you're unhappy and there's a solution, he wants to find that solution. He wants to do whatever he can. It's in a man's nature. If there's like a nail that's sticking out of a board, he's gonna get a hammer and he's gonna pound that nail. He's gonna fix it. That's what men want to do. So I haven't dated a woman in like almost 2 decades. And I will tell you this. Women are a mystery to men. We have no idea what you want. We can't read your mind. We are like totally dependent on what you tell us with your mouth and what we get in our ears. So guess what? If you want something, you need to tell us, sweetie. If you're mad at us, you need to tell us why. Because guess what? We're fixers. We want to fix the problem. We want to get our tool belt. We want to put on our tool belt. We want to fix whatever is wrong in the house. If I have a broken window, I want to like get a new window pane and fix it. If I have something wrong in my house, if the pipes are leaking, I'm going to go get a wrench and I'm going to fix it. Keep in mind, I'm a gay man and I'm not very good at fixing anything. But the truth is, this is the nature of a man. We want to see the problem, analyze it, get the tools, and fix it. That's just how we think. That's how we live. That's how we breathe. That's how men operate, okay? So if your husband fucked up and you're mad at him, don't give him the silent treatment. Don't say, you should know what the fuck you did, or you know what you did. I'm gonna just clue you in, ladies. Men have no idea what the fuck we did. You need to tell us. You need to say, hey, you fucked up and this is what you did. Fix it. Because guess what? If the man loves you, he's gonna do everything in his power to fix that thing. He sees you as his love. He sees you as the love of his life. He sees you as his partner. If he cares about you, he will do his best. He will move heaven and earth to fix that thing to make you happy, okay? That's just the nature of men, okay? So, again, she unfriended me. It's her choice. It's fine. I still don't have a real reason. I was texting back and forth. I'm like, okay, well, I respect your decision, but can you tell me what I did? Again, you know what you did. I'm like, I don't know what I did. I'm confused. So I texted and called a couple of mutual friends of mine and hers, because they're family members, to say, hey, your sister and your cousin totally like unfriended me and they won't tell me why. Did I do anything? Did I say anything? Did I hurt anybody like without trying to? And the funny thing is, like, my friends were like, yeah, it's over politics, man. This is all over politics. And I'm like, oh, okay. I guess because I voted for healthcare and I voted for like the poor, I'm demonized. And the funny thing is, dude, with the year that's coming, a lot of people might lose their health insurance. Pre-existing conditions are going to come back, and a lot of people are going to lose their health insurance. I didn't want that to happen. The funny thing about my friends who voted for Donald Trump, they're the working poor. We came from the hood. We came from like working class people. We don't have a whole bunch of money in the bank. This is why I work in healthcare, why I work in public healthcare, to help people who are struggling. It's like the idea that the people who voted for Trump, who are struggling, kind of voted against their own self-interest, you know? Things like the earned income credit, things like, you know, the free healthcare, that's all gonna go away. And like, again, even my job may be at risk, but at the same time, like, I've got a little bit of an education and I've got a lot of experience in the medical field. I can go back into privatized medicine. I could be a doctor's assistant again. Even though I don't want to do that, I'd rather do case management. I'd rather help people who are poor and who are hungry and who are sick. But it's going to have to go back into being a doctor's assistant again. I know I'm going to be okay. But my friends who don't have insurance, they're not going to be okay. And I'm scared. I'm scared for them. So like, if all of those programs get cut, this isn't an FAO moment. This isn't like, you know, screw you, you deserve this, you voted this way, and now you have to deal with the consequences. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to be like, I told you so. And I'm not going to disown or evict my friends who voted a different way in the election, because again, I'm going to give them that pass. I'm going to say that, like, you know what, they voted with the best information they had at the time. And they voted for the benefit of their lives because they're hurting right now and they're struggling. So I'm going to give them that. I'm going to let them know that I love them and I care about them. And religion and politics doesn't matter to me. It was all the hard times that we got each other through that really, really matters. So I would urge you to reach out to the people that you love, no matter what religion or political like party they're in, and hold them close to you and encourage them and lift them up if they fall. This is what good human beings do. This isn't just a Bible story or something from any other religion. Human beings need one another. Human beings need each other to get from one point to another. Some people are up and some people are down. When you pull that person up who is down, you're not just benefiting them, you're benefiting yourself. And the whole idea of working hard to get into heaven, I think that's all crap. I think that helping others, doing good, is its own reward. Helping other people who are struggling, that's the reward. It's not like I want to get a mansion in heaven, or I'm hoping the afterlife will think I'm cool because I helped people. I don't even believe in that. I believe that human beings need each other. And that's why I do what I do. In the coming year, I hope all of you can do the same. Hugs, health, and happiness. I'm Chris. I live in Las Vegas, and I'm an ex-evangelical Christian.